Hi guys, welcome to the third tutorial for the Modular Sci-Fi Warriors. In this tutorial we're going to look at the advanced character blueprint. Okay, so it's found under Content, Sci-Fi Warriors, Blueprints, Advanced Character, and that's the one we have here. We're in the level Maps, Map Demo, Advanced Character BP. Okay, that's the one that's open here. Okay, so the advanced character blueprint is a more advanced blueprint that allows you to customize the character in game. Okay, so we're just going to look at that and we're going to see how it functions and how it's set up. So if I click play, you can check out the functionality of this. If you look on the right corner of the screen, it's written press 1 to cycle cameras. So if I press 1, I can cycle the camera. Press I to open and close the inventory. That's the inventory there. Press C to open and close the character customization. This is the character customization screen right here. And press backspace to open the menu where I can save and continue what I was doing, or start a new game and exit the project. Okay, so those are the main functions in the advanced character blueprint. Okay, looks simple, but it's quite complicated. It's all complicated in that the functions are complicated. They are actually simple functions that make all that work, but it is a lot of stuff to deal with. Okay, what I mean by that is if we open up the advanced character blueprint, you can see, if you've watched the previous videos, you saw how simple the simple blueprint was. It was just inputs and a few meshes in there, but here we've got quite a number of functions that make this all work, including some functions that make it work with meta-humans. Okay, so this is not the only blueprint that this works with. If we go under the widgets folder, okay, we'll find we've got the widgets that basically enable us to customize our characters. Okay, and they also have their own graphs and their own functions. So this is what I mean by I say it's a lot to work with. Okay, and that's the reason why we have a simple one and an advanced one, because some people don't like having a lot of things to work with, especially if they're trying to merge their project with another project. It might become a little bit difficult when there's a lot of things to work with, but at the same time you can't get this level of customization without having these many functions. Okay, so we're going to go through these functions and how they work, and basically we will learn how we can use this blueprint. Okay, so let's get into the details now. If I press I can open up the inventory just like before, and I can customize my character's armor. Okay, so I'm gonna go for the helmet. If I hit this button, the cancel button, I can remove the helmet, and I can set another helmet if I click on a different button, so on and so forth. Okay, and I can also do the same with the chest. We got different chest pieces, and I can do the same with the feet. Okay, and basically that's how the inventory widget works. Basically it just allows you to change the different armor pieces, and you can also change the character and the gender. Say for example, if I want a male character, because actually if I remove the helmet, you can see I'm using a female character right now. If I want a male character, I can click on the male face over there, and it changes to a male character. The body also changes, so I'm sure you can tell there's some differences on the body as well. Okay, this one has more structure of a female, and this one has more of a male structure. Okay, so I can also toggle the custom colors that will bring customizable colors to the armor on the inside. And if I hit color 1, you can see color 1 changes. That's made the main armor parts, especially the metal parts. And if I hit color 2 changes. That's these red accents in here. I can change them to another color. And yeah, basically that's how that functions. Okay, if I hit this button again, it will remove all the custom colors I just set up. Okay, if you want to get a better look at them, we can remove that chest item, and basically that's how they look without the chest item. Okay, and if I press C, let me press I to close that, and press C to open another menu. I can customize the skin of my character. I can customize the face. For example, if I increase face type 1, I can get a different face type. I'm going to let you guys know Unreal Engine 5 seems to have a problem with morph targets because customization works with morph targets, but the issue that Unreal Engine 5 has is sometimes when you change morph targets, can you see the flickering? Things start flickering around, and that's a problem with Unreal Engine. That's not a problem with the pack. So just keep that in mind. If you get some flickering, what you can do is you can click on these again. So for example, that flickering there, if I click again, you'll notice that the flickering will disappear. Okay, so I actually had to add that function to this blueprint, but if you use the morph targets directly without the function I added for getting rid of the flickering, basically what it's doing is just calling the morph target again. When it calls it a second time, the flickering goes away. So anyway, that's how the customization widget, rather the customization menu works. You can bring it up by pressing C and pressing C again. You can also change the height of the character, and there's some of these other things. I won't go through everything. Maybe the lip size, you can increase the size of the lips. Some of the flickering has come there, so let's click there again. The flickering is gone. Yeah, basically that's what you can do. You can get some ugly results depending on which buttons you choose to press. This when face type 2 is set to high, it's more suitable for a darker skin than a lighter skin. You can always change it back. We've got that flicker in there. We click again and it's fine again. You can change back the lip size as well. Yeah, and basically that's how the customization works. You can change the skin tone. Even the other skin type, you can change the skin tone. If I go back and select the female, I can also do the same to the female. You can change the skin type as well. I did the skin tone. And yeah, basically that's how that works. You can add some hair. Okay, so I'm going to press 1 to zoom out. I'm going to remove all these widgets. The next thing we're going to look at is the save button. Okay, so before we do that, we're just going to exit, and let's hit play again, and let's do some very slight customization. Not slight, we can do as much as we want. Let's change these out the way we want. I'll just select some random pieces. We don't need hair for now, since we've got the helmet on. Let's do some customization with the colors. Let's make it pink. And let's hit backspace now, and let's click on save, and let's exit again. Let's hit play, hit backspace again, and hit continue, and you'll see that the customization we did has saved out, and yeah, it's working now. So you probably didn't notice, but I cut the video a little bit. That's because the save button had stopped working. There's another issue with Unreal. Sometimes the save files get corrupted and you can't save anymore. Okay, I've noticed this in several different projects, and what you need to do to fix it is simply just delete the save file. It's located somewhere in the project folder under saved. If you delete that file, it will fix it, but you will have to create a new one. I've added a function here, that's the new game function, that deletes that file automatically, so that you don't have to go looking for it in the content browser. Okay, and so basically that's how all that works. Okay, so I'm gonna hit play again, and I want us to go through some of these functions that we just did. So I for inventory, that inventory is found under Sci-Fi, Warriors, Widgets, Inventory, Widget Inventory. Okay, so basically this is the widget that we've been clicking on to get all that customization, and every time we click on one of these, a new widget opens up. So for example, if I click on the helmet, the function that gets called is found down here. It's on clicked under the event graph for this widget. What happens when we click that button is that the widget inventory helmet is called. Okay, it's code to display on the screen. So when I click on the helmet button, this widget pops up and I can choose the widget from here. Okay, so what happens when I click on one of the helmets is that the skeleton mesh gets set to a different skeleton mesh. Okay, so for example, if I click on this one here, what happens is that a function to change the skeleton mesh gets called. So on clicked, it's cast to the advanced character blueprint, and the helmet mesh is set to a new mesh. So the function is set new skinned asset and update. Okay, so which one is being set? The same helmet we clicked on is being set. That's SK female helmet 2. Okay, sorry, that's if you're using a metahuman character. So since we're not using a metahuman character, what's actually being set is SK helmet 2. Okay, that's this one. Okay, so yeah, basically this is how the meshes are changed into the different modular pieces that we've got in the content browser here. Okay, So once we click on one of these, it doesn't just set a new mesh, it also saves the mesh we've clicked on. Okay, so basically what happens is helmet 1 selected gets set to true, helmet 2 selected gets set to false, and the same for all the other helmets, they get set to false. 1 is set to true, and it's saved like that when we click on the save game button. Okay, and that's why when we press play, hit backspace and press continue, the new mesh that we had selected is loaded. Okay, so let's go through how that whole process works. If we go back to the blueprints, advanced character blueprints, you'll see that there are 3 save blueprints in here. There's the save station blueprint, there's the save game data blueprint, and there's the save game blueprint. Okay, and in our level, okay, some of these blueprints need to be in our level for them to work. So if I search in the outliner, I search for save, you find the save game blueprint is in the level. So this save game blueprint must be in the level. Okay, it's just somewhere down here. And this is the save game blueprint. So if you want saving to work, you need to make sure that you drag this blueprint into your level. Okay, alright, so we've already got that, so obviously it's already working. And what's found in here is a save game is created whenever that blueprint is put in the level. If the blueprint if the save game already exists, it won't create a new one. If it does not exist, it will create a new one. Okay, so that's the save game blueprint. The next thing is the save game data blueprint. All the data that is in our character blueprint, our advanced character blueprint, all the variables, not all of them, but most of the variables are also found in the save game data blueprints. For example, if I look under the inventory section, chest item 1 is found in our advanced character blueprint. It's also found in our save game blueprint under the inventory data. Okay, so if I expand that, chest item 1 is also there. Okay, so basically when we're saving the game, whatever information is in our blueprint advanced character is actually saved to this save game data blueprint. Okay, and it's done through this save station blueprint. When we hit the save button, a function called save player inventory is called, and basically it gets whatever information is in the advanced character blueprint, chest item 1, and it sets it to the save data save game data blueprint. Okay, so for example, if chest item 1 is true, it will set it and save it to the save game data blueprint, and when that whole process is complete of saving all the inventory, the status of all the inventory items, the game is now saved. Okay, and basically when we press load, okay, if you remember, the continue button is in the menu inventory. When we press continue, what happens is it checks if a save game exists, and if it does exist, it loads that save game, and basically it calls functions in the inventories in the widgets that load whatever we had saved. So yeah, that's how that functions. It loads all of that, all the different things, loads them, and basically it sets whatever we had saved. So again, I click play, hit backspace, press continue, and that helmet loads up because all that information was saved. Okay, so anyway, like I said, this is an advanced blueprint, so it's a little bit complicated. Please feel free to go through everything and see how it all works. The functions themselves are not that complicated. It's just that there's a lot of them, which makes it look like very, very complicated or something, but it's really not that complicated. And yeah, that's basically the advanced character blueprint. It's basically just customization and the walking around the inputs. It's just the same as the simple blueprint, but yeah, for you guys who want some level of customization to be there, I've added that so that you can have that there. We have a lot of functionality here. We've got hair, we've got chest items, we've got customizable armor colors, customizable skin colors. We've got so many different things. So of course the blueprints are going to be complicated, and that's just something that must happen and that we all have to deal with. So that's why it's called an advanced character blueprint. So if you're expecting this to be simple, I'm sorry, it can't be simple. Maybe it can be simpler, but it can't be simple. It's a lot of functions. So anyway, I hope you can make use of it if you need character customization in your blueprints. Feel free to send me an email or to leave me a message or a question on whatever platform you buy this pack from, and if it's within my scope, I will definitely help you out. A lot of you try to add these functions to other marketplace products, like maybe something that's more about character movement, and sometimes we get stuck, but basically if you're just competent enough with Unreal Engine, you should be able to get everything to work together, whether it's using retargeting or maybe like for example, if you're trying to use a product that's concentrating on character movement and you want to retarget these armors to that product, you have options like retargeting. You could simply just add the armors to that movement blueprint, but maybe you want to add the character customization. You might be left with no choice but to just recreate the character customization, worst come to worst. But I would personally parent my blueprint to another blueprint, maybe a third-person shooter blueprint. I parent my blueprint to that so that all the third-person shooter functionality comes to my blueprint and I still get to keep my customization. There's so many ways you can do this stuff, okay, especially if you're trying to merge it with another marketplace product. So you just gotta work on it. Wherever I can help you, just send me an email and I'll try to help you if it's within my scope. But otherwise, this is basically how the advanced character blueprint works, and I hope it will be useful to you guys. So thanks for tuning in, and in the next video we're going to see how we can use this character customization blueprint with a metahuman. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching.